little guy. I wasn't really ready for him, but I knew there had been one around here somewhere because I can hear bluegill popping. So there's bluegill, there's bass. Goodbye. So what I'm doing here, I'm using a bunch of 13 fishing stuff. I'm not personally sponsored by them, but the team that I'm on, the Deep South Krakens for the KFL, and the club that I'm in for the Kayak Anglers of Florida, those two things are sponsored by them, and I guess I'm kind of affiliated with 13 Fishing, but that's what I'm using is a 13 Fishing joystick, which is the bigger size. You can see here, black, blue tail. I think it's called a blueberry cobbler or something like that. I'll post it up here. I'm using a 3/4 ounce weight tungsten. I got 2 bobber stops on there. 2 bobber stops are probably a little overkill, but at least I know for sure it's not gonna slide up and then cause more swinging in the line to make a bigger hole in the fish's mouth. So, I mean, 2 bobber stops might be overkill, but at least you have a peace of mind knowing that it's gonna stay pretty much where it needs to be. I got a 3/0 flipping hook. It's the Gamakatsu G Finesse worm hook, flipping hook on 40-pound braid. I got Suffix on there. So far I've been liking the Suffix, but I also like the Power Pro. I'm using a Omen kayak rod. It has a shorter butt end, and it's a medium heavy 7.6. This is the longest kayak rod that they make. I'm going to be getting the other ones too to see how I like them. So far, right now, I've been liking it. The butt end is nice. It doesn't get in the way. I think I like it as a normal rod too. I mean, I probably use this on a boat because I just like the shorter butt ends. But there's only 3 power ranges for the kayak rods, and they got a medium heavy and a heavy, and they got 3 different lengths. They got a 7.6, I think they have a 7.3, maybe a 7.2, but they only got 3 different ones. I got the 7.6 for flipping into Kissimmee grass like I'm doing here, and what you really want to do is just flip in these little holes where you think they might be just setting up waiting for bait to go by. And that one there was in one of those little holes I pitched into. As soon as it kind of like went towards the bottom, that's when I felt the bite. And I kind of hesitated too because I was on the motor and I wasn't ready, but I stayed on. I forgot the reel I'm talking about. I'm using the 13 Fishing Origin R1. It's one of their newer reels that came out. It's one of their more budget friendly. I don't want to say cheap because it's not, I mean, I don't want to say cheap, but the components aren't like the higher end ones, which is a given because this is a more of an affordable rod. I think it's like 60 bucks or something like that. And I mean, they're just components that work, you know? Like, I don't know. I kind of like these grips a little bit better than the Concept A grips with the cork handle. This is like a rubbery handle, grip, whatever. And I kind of like that better, just my opinion. Get a reel that's affordable and it'll work. And as much as I use this stuff and abuse it, really, you can't really go wrong with an affordable reel like this that does the job and it's smooth. This has an 18-pound drag, so drag is pretty good, or 17-pound drag. R1. I was gonna get the F1, but they didn't have it in a high-speed gear like I like to use for flipping, because you want to put it in there, feel for a bite, get it out there, and continue on. So far, it feels good in the hand. I can palm it pretty well. My finger lays right here, which is like perfect because there's like a flat spot where your finger would go, and I don't know, I just like it. The water level throughout all of Florida has dropped dramatically because I think they're pulling a bunch of water out, getting ready for the rainy season here in Florida. It's about to be hurricane season, so that's what I've heard that they're getting ready for, is a bunch of rain to come. So a lot of these lakes are really low, and the only thing you can really do is fish the outside stuff because all the fish are pushed out here. So there might be some offshore. I highly doubt it. I don't know. I really don't know the offshore stuff out on this lake that I'm on. So we're just flipping Kissimmee grass. That was the first fish of the day. I got out here kind of late. Woke up kind of late, but you know how that goes. It's supposed to be some rain coming around 11 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock right now. So we're just gonna continue to flip this Kissimmee grass and see what else we can get. We're in 3 foot of water. So I mean, that's about the deepest that you can get away with that has stuff for them to relate to. I haven't really seen too much stuff out offshore. I mean, it gets down to like 16 foot out there, but I've been scanning as I work my way over here. I don't really see a whole lot. Now, something like this that's in front of me where it's like real scattered Kissimmee grass, that's something I would throw like a chatterbait or a swim bait through. Oh yeah. Burned it out the top and he came up and swiped at it. That's a decent one. Not giant, but he came up and swiped at it. I was stuck on some grass and I came up and popped it out and he came up and got it. I saw the whole thing. So, little 14, 15 incher, 16 maybe. I don't know. I didn't bring my board, but not bad. Right here in this sparse kind of grass stuff, and boom. All right, let you go. Skinny post spawners. Goodbye. Yeah, chatterbait, jackhammer, black and blue, with a gambler Komodo. Yeah, gambler Komodo. Yeah. So, let's see if we can find some more. Goodbye. Another little one. Ah! Came in too fast. All right, so I'm gonna try this again. Today we are continuing where we left off just a minute ago to you, but now it's a couple days for me. But we got ran off by some thunderstorms, so we had to leave pretty early. But now we're back out here again doing the same thing with the 13 fishing joystick. I tried to start this video earlier today, but I didn't realize my microphone was still in my pocket, so the audio is probably bad. Oh. Oh, he came off. No. Little guy. Goodbye. Oh! I knew I should have retied. That was a good 3-4 pounder. Dang, man. I don't know if the camera caught it or not. The camera's twisted now. What the heck? All right, well, it appears to me that I can't get a bite. But I like doing this technique during the summertime when the water temps are starting to rise quite a bit. And usually the lake levels are a little higher than now. But like I said before, they've lowered all these lakes, really. They lowered all these lakes just to get ready for hurricane season, for a lot of water to be coming in. So maybe after the rainy season, this would be a good technique to do. Right now, I'm not too sure what the fish are doing. I mean, they're obviously on the outside edge of this grass, but this lake could be just off right now. Who really knows? But like I said before, I was using this 13 fishing joystick. This is the blueberry cobbler with a 3/0 Gamakatsu G-Finesse worm hook, flipping hook, 3/4 ounce tungsten, 2 bobber stops on 40-pound braid. And then the rod I'm using is the 13 fishing Omen 7/6 medium heavy kayak rod with a 13 fishing R1. This is the 8:1:1 gear ratio because I wanted to get it in there and bring it back out really fast. That's what I was up to today. Just that and the speed worm like I normally use. Speed worm on a 3/16 ounce tungsten 4/0 extra wide gap hook, June bug Magnum speed worm on, I think I have 17-pound fluorocarbon on it right now. And you saw me break off on that one fish, it's because yesterday I went fishing around some wood and stuff, and it was really freighted. I should have retied it, but for some reason I was just being lazy and didn't, and that's what happens when you're lazy and don't retie. So always retie your stuff, even though you think it's good, retie it just to be on the safe side. But this is on a Bass X 7.2 medium heavy. I like medium heavy stuff. I don't know, but it's on a Shimano Corrado. It's been used and abused. This is another high speed gear ratio. I'm not sure what it is, but it's probably like 8-to-1 or something like that. Either I wore it off or it doesn't say it. But anyways, using that, swimming it against the edge of the Kissimmee grass, and that's when we had a little bit more cloud coverage, not so sunny, so they were kind of keyed in on bait fish going by real quick. So that's what I think anyways. But anyways, I'm gonna end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned a little something, even though it wasn't all that productive, but this technique does work during the summertime here in Florida, just Kissimmee grass flipping. That's what you do. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on the bottom, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.